Today was the big media day at the NFL Combine for coaches and GMS and Ryan Poles, and Ben Johnson both gave some pretty good hints of how aggressive the Bears are going to be. This offseason, Commander defensive tackle Jonathan Allen requested a trade today, which he was granted, so he'll be finding a new home, and Myles Garrett is still on the market, which Ben Johnson hinted he would like him on the Bears. And if you want Myles Garrett on the Bears, like Ben Johnson, hit the like button on this video, Al commenting, Y for yes or N for no, if you'd want Allen or Garrett on this Bears team. And before we get more into details, make sure you like this video, along with commenting YN like I said before, and subscribe to the channel to enter to win a custom Chicago Bears jersey. Let's kick off this offseason with some pretty big news. So the Bears are hinting that they are going to make some big moves this upcoming offseason for 2025 in order to put this team in a position to win some ball games. Now GM Ryan Poles hinted in his own way how aggressive the Bears are going to be, but then head coach Ben Johnson said himself that Myles Garrett is someone that's on his radar. Let's go into the quotes really quickly for today. So Ryan Poles, when asked, he said, quote, "You really have to start over and build from the ground up. Obviously, the more continuity that you have with contracts, that's helpful. So I think we can be aggressive in the way that we approach this offseason and get players in here that can help us take the next step." Myles Garrett and Jonathan Allen could definitely help the Bears take the next step. But along with that too, then going to Ben Johnson later on Tuesday, February 25th, he said, quote, "DA, which is Dennis Allen, and I are on the same page. What we want our defense to do, create pressure on the quarterback, and there's guys out there that can get us to that level." And this was right after Ben Johnson was asked by reporters about what he thinks about Myles Garrett, and if there's a possibility of him coming to the Chicago Bar. So overall, that's good news for us Bears fans, as we could be bringing in a big-name player, former Pro Bowlers, both of them former, all pros, both of them. And the Bears are not afraid to spend and be aggressive this offseason. It doesn't just stop at these two that opens the doors for guys like Trey Smith-Mackay, Beckin Drew Dolman, Josh Wet, Kill Mac, tons of guys across the board. But a guy that I'm going to be hitting on today is Myles Garrett, which the Bears seem to be open to thinking of this possibility of trading for the future Hall of Famer. Now, the star edge rusher is 30 years old with the Cleveland Browns, but after comments earlier this offseason that he wants to be traded and go somewhere where he can get into the postseason and win games there, that made things a little bit interesting. Now a lot of people across the league can't afford Garrett's contract, but with the Bears sitting at number 4, with the cap at nearly $8 million before roster adjustments and more cap casualties, there's an opportunity for Garrett to come here, and looking at his stats alone, this stats on the Chicago Bears would be absolutely massive. So turns 30 at the beginning of the season. He's 29 right now, but 6'4", 272 pounds. I mean, look how big his biceps are, half the way, at least 50 pounds each. But he scored a 92.3 PFF grade this past year with 29 total tackles, 14 sacks, and 13 quarterback hits. But that pressure on the quarterback that Ben Johnson was talking about with Dennis Allen, 83 pressures this year alone with the Cleveland Browns, and next year his cap hit is $19.7 million, less than Mont Swat. So that's a big factor for the Chicago Bears. If you can have a guy like Mont Swat who can restructure his contract, and you use that money to pay Myles Garrett this upcoming season, that'd be big, but it's not just a one-hit wonder with Garrett. The 9-time Pro Bowler, 5-time All-Pro, and 1-time Defensive Player of the Year could be a game-changer for this team, and he is the king of consistency, going all the way back to 2021. First of all, he's been a Pro Bowler the last 4 seasons every single year, only missing 2 games for the Cleveland Browns, not scoring anywhere lower than a 92 PFF grade across the board. But look at his total tackles. King of consistency. 28 is his lowest, 38 is his highest. But it's been in that range the entire time. But you go down to the sacks, and Curry's 18 sacks in 2021 with 45 hurries, 18 sacks in 2022 with 47 hurries, 15 sacks in 2023 where he won Defensive Player of the Year with 57 hurries, and then this past year 14 sacks with 56 hurries. But look at those pressures: 78 in 2021, 73 in 2022, 86 in 2023, and 83 in 2024. Myles Garrett could be the guy that comes to the Chicago Bears, and is that person that takes us to the next level on a defensive line perspective. You do lose a first-round pick this year and next year on him, but the way this Bears